Hello to everyone. I hope that you're well in these crazy times. As you know, or maybe you don't, but next week on the 20th of May, I'm leaving on my trip to Portugal. What I plan to do in this video is to share everything about my riding gear. Boots, pants, jacket, t-shirt, helmet, gloves, everything. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Pavlin and I'm a motorcycle traveler. On this channel I usually upload anything related to long motorcycle trips, so you might consider subscribing. Anyway, back to the topic, riding gear. Let me first give you a different point to think about. Is it the riding gear the most important thing from the trip? No, absolutely not. You don't need the best gear, you don't need expensive gear, you can travel with almost anything, include without anything. I have no doubts about it. But those of you who already been on the trip at least once, they know how important is a good quality riding gear. To make it even more clear for you, I'm gonna tell you that a good quality gear will help you to stay warm, to stay dry, and of course all of this will help you to complete your trip successfully. Of course, here is the moment to tell you that there is no one brand or model that is universal and will work for every motorcycle traveler everywhere around the world in every season. This is impossible. That's why the combination of different things, different jacket with pants or something, might be very critical for your trip, and this is exactly what I plan to share in this video, a combination that I'm going to use on my trip to Portugal. Let's start with the t-shirts. I plan to have 3 pieces similar as this, from cotton or synthetic materials. I prefer cotton for the hot days, but synthetic materials also will work. It is not good to have cotton during the cold days, but because I expect high temperatures in Spain and Portugal, I prefer cotton. On the top I'm going to have, I really like this model from Revit. It's more like a jersey style. Actually, this is a gear for dirt ridings. Wonderful design. I love it. Thank you very much to the guys from Revit. They sent it to me for free. It's fantastic. Of course, I'm gonna have it only if the weather became a little bit colder. If it's even more colder, then I'm gonna have this. This is more like a jacket. It stays under my riding jacket. Of course, it's from Revit again, but it doesn't mean that you have to use only Revit. No, this is the gear that I've got at the moment. This is the gear that I'm gonna use. But this is just an example how to dress on different layers, because on my trip now I'm gonna hit many different temperatures. For example, I'll start from Bulgaria around 20-25 degrees, then I will go to the mountains of Albania, which will be cold, then we'll go to South Italy, will be very hot, then I'm gonna move north again, then cross the Pyrenees, it will be probably cold over there, and then go back to the hot temperatures. I have to be able to take off or take on some clothes on any given moment. That's why I prefer these different layers. And of course, let's go now to the riding jacket itself. It is again from Revit and the model is Sand 4. And the reason I'm going with this jacket instead of Dominator GTX jacket is because the Dominator is made from 3 different layers of Gore-Tex, and this makes it very heavy and also very hot during the summer. When you expect temperatures over 35, maybe over 40, these 3 layers of Gore-Tex are just too much. And this jacket is just synthetic material, Cordura or whatever material it has, and it comes with 2 layers, warm lining and waterproof lining. But listen now, this is important moment. I'm not going to take it with me. I'm not going to take warm lining and waterproof linings with me. Because, let me explain, first time when I got my Dominator GTX jacket, I realized that it hasn't got warm linings in. And I said, man, this is very expensive jacket, even without warm linings. And then I realized that it is way better, because on the trip you're gonna have some kind of jacket or t-shirts or like some kind of sweatshirt under the riding gear anyway. And when you have it, you don't need actually the warm linings. Like the jacket that I just showed you just 2 minutes ago, I have this underneath and I don't need the warm lining. Alright, that's clear. But why I don't have my waterproof linings? The explanation actually is very simple. First, because it is a summer, I do not expect very heavy rains, and even if they come, I'm gonna have my rain jacket on the top. The reason I prefer to have rain jacket instead of waterproof lining, it's again very simple. When you see the rain, you have to stop, remove the jacket, put your linings and put the jacket on. And after maybe 2 minutes, 5 minutes or 20 minutes or 2 hours, when the rain stops, you have to stop and remove it again, because these waterproof linings, they will keep you hot so badly. Yes, they are good when you expect and when you have an all day of rain, but they're not good when the rain stops. And I hate this, go there, undress, dress this all the time. I hate it. Also, when it's not raining, you have to store somewhere this waterproof lining and warm linings. You have to store it somewhere. And believe it or not, they are not heavy, but they are very bulky, and they will get a lot of space in my luggage. That's why I prefer to have this jacket, very light jacket, very good combination with nice open pockets here on the chest. Ventilation is excellent. It has also pockets on the sleeves. And what is most important is that I can open, zip and unzip everything while I ride. It has 2 big pockets on the rear side. So the ventilation is something very important, and I'm glad that this jacket got everything. Pants. I'm gonna have Revit Dominator GTX pants. They are worn out pretty well, but still work fantastic for my trips, and I prefer to have it. And let me explain. They're again with 3 layers of Gore-Tex, and on the hot days it will be hot, but they also got really nice ventilation here on this part, and I can zip it and unzip it while I ride. Also got these exhaust pockets on the rear side, and believe it or not, but with this heavy pants I feel better than with the pants of the Sandfall. The Sandfall pants are not waterproof, they come with the linings. And what I told you about the linings is even worse on the pants, which is mean that when you see the rain, you have to stop and remove even your pants, which is mean remove your boots, remove your pants, put the linings. It's a pain in the ass. I have experienced this many times. It is not good at all. So I prefer to have these pants, and this is exactly how I did my trip around Turkey last year. I've got a simple jacket and rain jacket, and on the bottom I was with these pants. Enough about the pants, let's check now the boots. CD or Revit? Revit or CD? It will be CD. Revit boots are fantastic. I have no complaints at all. Absolutely fantastic comfort, very good protection, much better than CD. But one big problem, they are very hot for the hot days. Everything over 30 degrees, it's hot with these boots. And when I have to spend so many hours day after day with these boots on these temperatures, I always prefer to have the CD with me. The CDs that I've got are already, I don't know, maybe 4 years old. They start to leak a little bit, not that bad, but they start leak. But any boot start leaking, so there is no one single boot that will survive all rains all the time. That's why I prefer to have the CDs with me. I can tell you one simple trick that will help you to have more comfort, is to have on your boots, inside of your boots, to remove the synthetic sole and got one from real leather. This helps a lot. First, your feet are not going to smell that bad, and you'll have a much better comfort, especially on the hot days. The helmet is from O'Neill Sierra 2. I bought it a few months ago. If you haven't watched the video with the review, you can do it here. But anyway, it is not perfect, but I think that it will work just fine. I always prefer to have a white color helmet, because this is the part of my body that stay on the top of everything, and the visibility will be much better. Believe it or not, it will be much better than white jacket and all of your auxiliary lights, but this is in what I believe. You don't need to believe the same. Underneath, I'm gonna have a simple scarf like this. When the temperatures are hot, when it's a little bit colder, I can use it on my mouth, and if it became too cold, I can have this wind stopper. I'm gonna have it with me, of course, which cover my face up to here. And when it's even more colder, then I can have this on the top like this. So this is a very good combination. I use it a few times in cold days. I know that it helps, so this will be the combination that I'm gonna use when it became really cold. I'm going to have two sets of gloves with me. These are very light summer gloves. I bought it from a local store. They're nothing special. Last year I got very similar as this in Turkey. I'm sure they're gonna survive the trip. They've got, of course, this carbon protection on the buckles here, so they will work fine. And I'm gonna have also this Gore-Tex leather gloves from Rabbit. They will be if the temperature is cold, when it's rain or stuff like that. So these two sets are enough for my trip. This was all the riding gear that I'm gonna take with me on my next trip to Portugal. On the side of that I'm gonna have a zip pants very similar as this, and of course simple walking shoes. I'm not gonna carry any additional t-shirts for walking around because I'm gonna use the same t-shirts that I use when I ride. This is everything for today. I hope that this information will be useful to at least one person. If you have any additional questions, you can always ask me in the comments down below. Please don't ask me about my luggage because this will be the topic of the next video. I'm gonna show you everything that I have in my saddle bag and my tank bag. Always ride safe and see you next time. Ciao!